head and the side. Just, it was coming from everywhere.
This man says he was attacked by a group of middle schoolers on his front porch.
I haven't slept at all since it's happened.
And neighbors say it's part of a larger issue of students coming into their neighborhood and causing major problems. The help they're now calling for.
Welcome to the podcast, It's Who Podcast. The acronym standing for Is It Important to You? If it is, it's no judgment. If it isn't, there's no judgment. We can voice our opinions respectfully. And today we just want to give quick commentary about this situation in, I believe it's Orlando, Florida. The guy, the neighborhood, well, the residents in that neighborhood, they have been having problems with the younger children. I believe they're between the ages of 12 to 16 when they come home and
Middle
walk,
schoolers.
middle schoolers when they walk down the street. This guy who they are particularly interviewing, he said that before he started recording them, these kids are destroying property on the street. They are causing all type of havoc and mayhem when they come home from school. So they have been complaining and complaining to get no results from anybody, police, maybe the parents. And so he started recording. When he started recording the kids coming home, they seen him with the camera. They started calling him a pedophile. And then they just attacked this guy and put a brutal beating on this man. And this is an older guy. What are your thoughts on this
They
situation?
jumped him.
And you know, I wanted to cover this because these kids are all underage. Do you think if the parents are charged that this behavior, these type of things will stop?
I thought about that and then I changed my mind because I thought about some of those kids are adopted, some of them are staying with grandparents who they run over their grandparents. So I don't think grandparents or people that's just trying to help them survive should, because there's a lot of kids who, like I said, stay with their grandparents or they stay
Trouble
with a
home.
family. Trouble home. They stay with a family member because all of them, I guarantee you, all of them, none of them have a healthy home. I guarantee you. So I don't think that in this situation a parent should go to jail or something or
Well,
receive some type of punishment, like legal punishment. I think that for one, I don't even know why you was standing outside. You could have been recording from your window because these are heathens. These
okay.
kids are crazy. I would have been recording from my window. You know how ruthless they are. Why are you outside? And he wasn't surprised when he got jumped. He wasn't surprised. It's like he knew they're reckless like that. He knew something was gonna happen. So you should have been in the house because this is a problem that's bigger than you standing on your porch trying to record them.
Well, I disagree with you. If I was this guy, if I've been living in my neighborhood peacefully, the yard's been looking good, the house has been looking good, everything is properly well maintained in my neighborhood, then all of a sudden y'all people start moving in. You don't look after your kids. Now they tearing up stuff.
But they
And
said that's Orange
I think
County
the
though.
parents should be charged, whether it's a foster parent or a grandparent, because
What
they
if
get
it's
more control. And then
what if
if
they're staying with a
if it's
60-year-old woman?
she'll give them up to the foster care system since she can't control them, and then that'll nip it in the bud right there. I'm sorry to say, because these kids not gonna. If parents are not charged, these kids not gonna learn, or whoever the guardian is. If the guardian will be more responsible and tell them, okay, stop this, or you going back to foster care. Grandma and tell them, stop this, or you gonna have to go to foster care because I'm not going to jail for you. And
They're
if
just gonna have to go to foster care because those kids don't listen.
and because it has to be, if nobody is punished for this type of stuff, it's going to continue. And then just destroy property in your neighborhood is, I know kids do, they do stupid things, but
Yeah.
There has to be consequences for behavior like that. And to jump an elderly man, but like we were talking the other day, they they probably they probably bragging about jumping that old man and laughing about it. They don't care.
Hmm.
It's a different time now, and it's just kids don't care. They desensitized to crime, and it's just terrible. But
Yeah, it is terrible.
but I think if
I
your
don't know. I just think about like, okay, they've been vandalizing the neighborhood. I feel bad for him. Like, I feel bad. Like, they put their hands on him. Like, keep your hands to yourself, because what if he would have harmed them with like a bat, a
exactly,
taser, a gun,
exactly,
anything? He could have did that, because it was more than one. And then they was recording jumping him. But I just feel like, for me, like I said, yeah, this is my neighborhood, but these kids are like terrible. Like,
and
I
it's
wasn't surprised once I seen it was like deed up like that in a big old crew. Oh, they're
and you
jumping.
can tell he
They
probably
jump, and they look like the type of kids to jump an old lady and don't care.
yeah, and you can tell the older guy he probably could have recorded from in the house. He probably did agitate them a little more because he wanted them to see him, and maybe they would have
I'm thinking maybe like any decent children that's doing something bad. I like me when I was a kid. If I'm doing something bad and I see somebody recording me, I'm gonna stop.
right,
I'm like,
and
oh, I'm getting caught. But he probably didn't think they was gonna be like, oh, that's
let's jump
I
him
didn't, oh,
on.
you recording me? Okay.
Yeah, and I think he did escalate the situation, but he did so for a reason because maybe he thought, okay, if these kids are being recorded, maybe they will have a change of heart with wrecking the neighborhood that they live in. Maybe they will chill out. But it was the total opposite. And I'm gonna tell you something with young kids, I don't play with them. I go on about my business because guess what?
Nope.
You will have to kill one of these children because
No, you
they
will.
just don't have no respect anymore and they will kill you. It's sad to say. And like you said, imagine if he could have used self defense. But the story would have been a whole lot different. It would have been a whole lot of crying and this and that and they this and that and they good children and this and that. But people need to be mindful where their kids are, even if they living with their grandparents. That's just the responsibility you took on. If you got children and they don't want to
Terrible
take care of
kids.
their children, right? Put them in the foster care system. But you need to have control over those kids. You need to let them know, you need to stay in line. Yeah, kids do stupid stuff every now and then, but that it seems like it was ongoing behavior because that wasn't the only neighbor that complained about that behavior and those things that those children were doing. So
And well, you said the law force wasn't doing nothing.
the law,
Really, what they
the
could have did
police,
was they could have blocked off, because it's certain ways you could walk from the school to get through that neighborhood. I
yeah,
don't
but
know. It's
you
just
can, it's
something
it's public streets, it's public sidewalks, so you can't just
you
block
can't
off
just, yeah.
public areas to people. So it wouldn't be fair to other people that need to walk through that neighborhood that's not Rick in the neighborhood. Now they are cut off from walking certain or driving
Yeah,
through
but them
certain.
kids need to go to jail.
Yeah, it's just so
Why they didn't go? Why they not in juvenile?
exactly. And then now look what happened. But so that's all I wanted to ask you because remember we covered that story with Deja
Like I
Tate.
said, I think okay, them kids are like animals outside just tearing stuff up. But I think for him, you didn't want to get jumped. I would have been recorded from a window.
Mhm. But I think too. Remember we
But
covered
it's
that
probably you
story.
can't even.
But remember we covered that story with the mom that was charged for her son shooting the teacher.
Yeah.
I think if more parents are charged for their children doing things like this, that a lot of crime will be curbed. So, are those your thoughts on the video?
Yeah, it's a sad situation. So
It is. Okay, well, let us know what you guys think about this story with these children just wreaking havoc in this neighborhood. and beating up the elderly. And let us know your thoughts. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. And thank you guys for watching, listening.